As you watch this, 10 unmanned Predators are carving new front lines over the Middle East, each engine whine and data burst bending the future of warfare in real time. Miss one, and you've missed history.
Meet the Kaman 22, Iran's long-reach chess piece. First revealed in 2021, the wide-body airframe immediately told analysts that Tehran was finished playing local games. This bird can loiter over the Gulf for a full day, hit a target deep inside the Arabian Peninsula, then glide 3,000 kilometers back to base on a single tank. 7 hard points under the wings accept everything from precision glide bombs to the Mohajer anti-ship missile, effectively turning the drone into a budget cruise missile truck. A composite skin and flush rivets shave its radar cross-section, forcing defenders to rely on infrared scopes and acoustic sensors. Engineers boast that the 24-hour fuel load lets the Kaman shadow a carrier group, film every launch cycle, and still land in central Iran before the deck crew clock off. Think of the Hermes 450 as Israel's pickup truck in the sky. Tough, reliable, and always on call. Since 1998, it has logged more combat hours for the IDF than any manned jet still on the roster. A simple Rotax piston engine hums along for 20 straight hours, driving the drone at a steady 130 knots while sipping fuel like a twin-cylinder motorcycle. In the nose, a dual-sensor turret, high-definition daylight glass bolted to a cooled flare, streams targeting data to artillery, armor, and fast jets in real time. On strike missions, the 450 swaps its camera ball for 4 Spike LR missiles and becomes a laser-guided sniper. Export customers from Brazil to Azerbaijan praise its fully autonomous takeoff and landing routine, a failsafe that can still recover safely even when GPS jamming blinds most civilian drones. Ababil 5 is the moment Iran's humble scout drone grew fangs. Evolving from earlier camera-only variants, the Dash 5 doubles internal fuel, adds underwing pylons, and swaps observation gear for weapons bays, creating a budget answer to the MQ-9 Reaper. A Rotax-derived engine means field crews rebuild the power plant with parts ordered on the open market, keeping readiness high despite sanctions. A low observable gel coat on the wings dampens X-band reflections, so naval radars have to crank gain just to catch a blip. In 2023, the Ababil 5 brazenly buzzed a U.S. destroyer in the Strait of Hormuz, deliberately filming the ship's phased array radar for later study. Standard loadout is 2 Qaem glide bombs or a pair of Diamond 2 air-to-air missiles, cheap standoff options that let Tehran harass regional foes from a safe distance. If a cruise missile could stalk its prey, it would look like the IAI Harop. Powered by a near-silent electric prop, Harop circles above the battle space for up to 9 hours, its nose camera and anti-radiation seeker both hunting for a live radar. The second an enemy antenna lights up, the drone pitches over, folds its wings, and falls in a 400 km/h death dive, smashing a 23-kilogram charge straight through the dish. Operators can wave off until the final second. Luxury unheard of in classic anti-rad missiles. So friendly gear is never in danger. Harop's first battlefield fame came in Nagorno-Karabakh, where footage showed the drones lurking over ridgelines before plummeting into Armenian SAM sites. One truck-mounted launcher can fire a full box of them, turning any convoy into instant seed artillery. Nicknamed the Flying Pickup, the Mohajer 6 trades Polish for rugged practicality. Launched by truck-mounted catapult off dirt roads and recovered under a parachute, it shrugs off logistics that would ground sleeker drones. Twin-Gauss precision bombs give it a 5-kilometer standoff punch. Alternatively, the pylons carry Quam 5 guided rockets when commanders need rapid salvos. Russian advisors examined the design in 2022 and reportedly loved the tablet-based control station and hot swap mission pods. In combat, Mohajer groups operate as forward spotters for Shahed-149 kamikaze swarms, relaying coordinates and painting targets with laser designators, so the cheaper loitering munitions can overwhelm point defenses. With a relay chain, operators keep control nearly 2,000 kilometers from home soil, far enough to harass shipping in the Gulf, while the ground crew drinks tea in Isfahan. Stretching the DNA of the smaller 450, the Hermes 900 Kochav lifts endurance to 36 hours and wingspan to 15 meters, giving Israel a genuine poor man's global hawk. A belly bay fits a side-looking SR that can sweep 40,000 square kilometers every hour, spotting a moving tank column by its tracks alone. Maritime customers in Chile and Mexico lease the Kochav to track cocaine fast boats hundreds of nautical miles offshore. The IDF hangs an LTE relay pod underneath, turning the drone into a flying cell tower whenever missile strikes wipe out ground masts. Despite the fat sensor package, unit cost stays low because the airframe sticks to a piston engine, burning Mogas instead of Jet A. For $12 million, you get a day-and-a-half eye in the sky, half the price of the competition. Unveiled with great fanfare in 2021, the Shahed-149, nicknamed Gaza, is Iran's bold attempt to copy the MQ-9 Reaper. Its 21-meter carbon composite wing carries up to 700 kilos of payload, and the IRGC claims a turbofan pusher gives a cruise of 350 kilometers per hour. If true, a first for Tehran. Factory images show 4 Sadid glide bombs on mid-span pylons and 2 internal bays that can swap fuel for sensors. A SATCOM blister should pipe HD video anywhere from the Gulf to Cyprus once Iran's GEO relays go operational. With a 30-plus hour fuel load, Gaza can orbit 2 full news cycles, strike, then film the aftermath. Analysts view it as Iran's heavyweight deterrent, an autonomous bomber high enough and far enough to threaten Mediterranean shipping without crossing Israel's border. IAI's Harpy NG is a radar hunter that thinks for itself. 8 of these triangular delta-winged drones pack into a single isopod, launchable from a truck, bunker, or CR-5 Corvette deck. Once airborne, the Harpy circles for 9 hours, its cognitive seeker recording every blip in the ether. When it fingerprints a hostile waveform, search radar, fire control, SAM uplink, the drone breaks orbit and stoops at nearly 400 kilometers per hour, compressing shockwaves until its 32-kilogram warhead shatters the antenna dome. Because each Harpy is cheap compared with a manned seed jet, commanders use them like shotgun pellets, saturate the belt, bleed the air defenses, then send the F-35s. It's smart, patient, and utterly disposable. A hunter that doesn't expect to come home. Loud, cheap, and lethal, the Shahed-136 is Iran's answer to guided artillery, a plywood-bodied glider with a lawnmower engine that can fly 1,200 miles and slam 40 kilos of explosives into a radar dish or power plant. A 5-tube truck launcher hides beneath orchard netting. A salvo arcs skyward, levels out at 100 meters, and drones towards GPS coordinates. At under $20,000 a round, the 136 is more cost-effective than a JDAM, which means Iran can launch swarms faster than defenders can replenish interceptors. Russia's Geran 2 copy crashes into Ukrainian substations almost nightly, forcing air defense crews to waste expensive SAMs on glorified model airplanes. Israel's Iron Dome claims a 99% kill rate against singles, but commanders admit that mass waves can drain missile stocks in an afternoon. The Heron TP, or Eitan, is the field commander in the sky. 5 tons of carbon fiber that can loiter above Iran for 30 hours while its ground crew sleeps. A 26-meter wing lifts nearly 3 tons of fuel and sensors, wide-area SIGINT pods, IAI maritime radar, or a belly full of precision bombs. The single PT-6 turboprop shoves the drone to 230 knots at 45,000 feet, well above shoulder-launched missiles. In 2024 flight tests, Eitan deployed buddy tanker hoses, hinting that future variants may refuel one another mid-air, doubling on-station time. When war planners want a satellite's view without waiting for an orbit, they send the TP. When they need a scalpel 40 minutes later, they keep it overhead, flip the switch, and let gravity handle the rest.